Now, this car may look very familiar to you. This is actually Mazda's newest addition to the range, the Mazda MX-30 BEV. So this car has already been talked about quite a lot in the press, so I'm really excited to finally have my hands on one today and to have my first look around one and also be able to take it on a test drive. So let's go do that now. So first of all, let's talk about the biggest thing that's different from the EV to the REV, and that's that rotary engine. Now, Mazda have a long history with the rotary engine, but it hasn't been seen in the Mazda range since the RX-8 was discontinued in 2012. But it's used here to extend that limited range of the BEV, and Mazda will claim this will get you over 400 miles with this. Now, this car, despite needing petrol, only ever runs on its electric battery, so feels similar to the smooth drive of the BEV. But how does that work? So at most basic terms, this is a plug-in hybrid, as it requires, you just plug it in and it requires 50 litres of fuel. Now, on board, you have a 17.8 kilowatt hour battery, which will get you 53 miles of pure electric range. But when this starts to deplete, the 830cc rotary engine will kick in and act as a generator to recharge that battery. And this is where Mazda are claiming you'll get over 400 miles, as that generator is constantly topping up the battery, but will never power the wheels. So that's how you're always running on electric charge. Now, to really understand this, I think we need to take the car on a drive. So let's go and do that. Okay, so this is actually my first drive of the REV, and I'm quite excited to see how it drives. Because I do enjoy the drive of the MX-30 BEV. So let's see how different it is. And first thing is pulling out of this car park, which is doing lovely. Okay, so one of the things of the BEV that I particularly enjoy is the quietness inside the cabin. Obviously, with being fully electric, you can expect that because you don't have the loud engine noise. But also, when you've got passengers inside, it's quiet. You can hear yourself think more than some other cars, and you can actually, when you're in the back as well, it's nice and quiet. So one thing I'm keen to know is whether this REV is quiet as well. And obviously, when you're driving on that pure electric, it is, because you've got that same experience. But when then the generator, the petrol rotary engine kicks in, you can hear the slight hum of it. It's not loud, and it's not obviously not compared to a normal engine, but there is that slight sort of buzzing hum, you might say. This isn't a criticism, it's just I'm just pointing it out as you can hear it. But yes, it is still quiet inside here, and more so, it feels quiet. It's a nice place to be. Again, we've got the same transmission. We've got that single-speed automatic transmission. So driving around, especially through the town, when you're starting and stopping again, is so nice. And like coming up to junctions, it's really nice and responsive and smooth. But right now we're sort of driving through sort of like a country lane, wooded area, and there's sharp bends, there's quite tight turns, and the car takes it so nicely. It drives so, like, here's quite a steep bend now, and you stay very planted. It's quite nice. Hopefully in a minute we'll be able to get onto a straighter bit of road, and then we'll be able to talk about the thing that is different, that is improved from the BEV, and that is the 0 to 60 time. It's slightly quicker in the REV, and it is decreased, should I say, from 9.7 seconds in the pure electric model to 9.1 seconds. So not by much, but yeah, slightly quicker. And that's due to being slightly more powerful, and that's with the rotary engine and the battery. You've got, in this model, you have 170 horsepower instead of 145 in the EV. Also, in this model, we've got 3 drive modes. So right now we're just in normal because we're doing a range of driving, but normal mode, all the modes are pretty self-explanatory, but in normal mode, the car's aiming to maintain around 45% of the battery charge, and that's so the rotary engine is running to constantly keep that topped up. But when you're in EV mode, again, quite self-explanatory, but you're just purely running on that battery, the electric battery power, until it's completely depleted, until the rotary engine has to kick in again to charge it back up. And then charge, that is when you want to preserve a certain level of battery. So you can set your requirements however much you want it to, and when the battery depletes to that number, say you set it to 40%, the rotary engine will kick in and will charge it back up to that battery percentage so that you can keep driving. But one thing on everyone's mind, including mine, is that range, because Mazda have made this model to improve the desirability of the MX-30, and they're claiming it will get over 400 miles with the help of the rotary engine and the battery. But how far will it actually go, and how will this car tackle doing different roads, different speeds, going from country lanes to town to dual carriageway? Now, today we've come out with little petrol and not a full charge, so we won't be able to test this fully today, but soon one of us lucky people in the marketing department will be taking this car home for an entire weekend, and we will be testing this car and fitting it into our lives and seeing how far it will go and how close it will come to this 400 miles and how attainable that really is. So if that's a video you would like to see, please do subscribe, because that will be coming soon, hopefully in the new year. So one thing that remains unchanged between the BEV and the REV are the specifications. Now, I always say that Mazdas come well equipped as standard, and here we've got 3 specifications, and it is no different. As standard, you get a great range of technology. You get Apple CarPlay, you get rear parking sensors, and you get Mazda's radar cruise control, as well as an abundance of safety features such as lane keep assist or blind spot monitoring. However, today, for a little bit of extra luxury, we are in the top spec Makoto. So that means we get things such as heated steering wheel, which is really nice today because it is quite cold. And we have heated seats as well. You've got the Bose sound system, we've got the sunroof, and we've got this stone leather trim with the grey detailing, which is quite different. It's different to your other Mazdas. The whole of the MX-30 is different to the other Mazdas, but this in particular interior is very nice. One thing as well that is different is this cork detailing. Now, this is just paying homage to Mazda's history back in the day when they used to be producers of cork. Now as well, in this you get a 3-pin plug in here, so you can plug in appliances and stuff, whatever you may need, as well as 2 USB ports, loads of storage down here. And this is also different in the MX-30. This is where you are controlling your climate controls from. So it's a screen which is different from, you know, your CX-30 or your CX-5, which is quite a nice change. So let's now talk about that space in the back. With these freestyle doors, I think they're called, unique to the MX-30, of course. It's not the easiest to constantly be getting in and out of the back, especially if you've got young children. getting a car seat in and out. I mean, you have got the ISOFIX points in the back here if you did want to, but these back seats, I would say, are there as more if you need them rather than to be using them constantly, because it's not the easiest. But again, you can get in and out quite simply, and in the back here, there is also the button that moves this seat forward or forward and backwards, just to add on that bit of ease. There is a decent about, let's put this back so we can properly see, but there is a fair amount of leg room here, enough for, you know, someone my height. It's adequate. But yeah, we've got back seats. They're there. That space in the boot though, it is quite a decent amount. You've got 350 litres. Obviously your charger can go under this mat area, but because this is the top spec, it does have bows, so that does reduce the 350 litres to 332. Now in the back here, we also have another 3-pin plug in case you want to charge, I don't know, your toaster, plug your toaster in or something, who knows, but it's there. So good amount of boot space. So now let's have a look around the exterior of this car. So one of the things that I always say about the MX-30 is that it sort of reminds me of sort of like a bubble. It's very rounded, you've got the sloping lines, it's got a very curvy side profile. Moving round, right here, we've got one of the only changes to the exterior, and that is this Rotary emblem badge, which is quite nice. You could easily determine it between this and the BEV. Also, one of the other changes are the alloy wheel designs. This one is the top spec, so this is the black diamond cut alloy design, which is very nice. This is the polymetal grey colour, but you also can have on the MX-30 the two-tone roof, so you could have the one colour body or a black roof or all in one, whatever. That's quite nice as well, it makes it different. Moving round to the back, got another REV badge. We've got these big bulgy rear lights, which are nice. Again, the lovely curving lines. And yes, as we come around here, we can look and talk about again these freestyle doors. They have not been removed for the REV. They're here to stay. They're what define the MX-30. They're what make it stand out. So what is my final conclusion on the Mazda MX-30 REV? Now, this car is a great option for anyone who wants a plug-in hybrid, who loves the Mazda brand and isn't convinced by the MX-30 BEV because they need more range or they do motorway driving. So yeah, it's a great option for that. And for an SUV plug-in hybrid at its price point with 53 miles of pure electric range, it is a great option for that. So if you're looking for something that has that electrical power that you can plug in at home, then this is a great choice for anybody out there who wants that kind of vehicle. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, or visit our website to find out more about this model or any other models in the Mazda range, www.greenfallmotorcompany.co.uk. Thanks for watching.